welcome to our first at-home VBS, Superheroes, and really,
it's not working.
it's not a bib, it's a cape.
Oh,
Superheroes, remember superheroes. There we go.
Oh,
there
much
we go.
better.
We'll make this work.
Okay. Thanks for your help.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Ann.
We want to welcome you to your first stay-at-home VBS. We, as you probably know, the church is closed.
And we can't safely gather, but we did not want you to miss out on all the crazy fun that is VBS. So, Kelly made these bags with her superpowers.
Well, we work together.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you a little bit about what's inside.
And then we're going to have a skit from friends of ours all about King Solomon. And we'll have a little video about the temple. And then Pastor Tim will drop by and say a prayer with us.
And then you can dive into your kit. So here we go. I'm going to start out. You should each have a bag like this. If you're watching the video and you don't have a bag like this, don't worry about it. You can go to our website, holytrinityinkney.org, and find our VBS webpage, and it has all the supplies, all the printable supplies, and all the links to all the movies and videos, all right there. So,
and all the instructions for all the activities.
Absolutely. Most of the things in here are things you either have at home or really easy for you to get. So let's dig in. Inside, you're going to find 4 baggies because there are 4 lessons. So this first week, the lesson is Solomon. Here's what you're going to find. You're going to pull out this instruction sheet to start with, and don't be overwhelmed. There's a lot of words, but it's all broke down into really easy to do things. Starting on the front, we want to find the memory verse, and it would be awesome if your family would work together and work on memorizing that memory verse during the week while you're working on this. And then we start with the Bible background. So those of you who are either grown-ups and teaching some younger kids, you can get familiar with the story, or for those of you who are old enough to be reading, you can read the story for yourself and see what it's all about. The first thing on the inside is a way to dig deeper. It tells us where that story is in your storybook Bible and where it is in your big kid Bible. And there's some fun videos we found on YouTube that also help tell the story. So if you like to learn in a movie video, that's where you can go. And then we have all kinds of stuff for you to do. There's crafts, there's science experiments, there's games to play, we have conversations to have, a little prayer time. Very importantly, we have a mission that goes with every week, and a snack time suggestion. A little tip for parents: if you want to look ahead of time, we did not supply the snack in here, so you might want to look and just see if there's things you need to get ahead of time if you want to do that snack. But that's kind of it. On every one of these instruction sheets, you will find my name, my email, and my phone number if you guys need extra supplies. If you have questions, if you want to dig deeper and you want some more resources, or if you just want to let us know how it's going, we would be super honored to get a little update from you guys and know how things are going, since we don't get to see you guys in action and having all fun. So that's on there. Shout if you have any questions.
Kiddos, if your parents use social media and are okay with it, we have a hashtag HTLC superheroes. If you want to tag your pictures on social media with that, we'll collect them and we'll show them all at the end. It'll be very fun.
Yeah, awesome. All right, we are super excited for you guys to enjoy your packet. I hope you enjoy your lesson about Solomon. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Week.
Our first story is about a man named Solomon, and Solomon's superpower was wisdom. I'm going to tell you a quick story about Solomon so you can know some of the important things in his life. A long time ago, there was a young man named Solomon. Solomon was just an ordinary man, except that his dad was a very famous king, King David. King David had been king for a while. He was getting old and he was near death.
That's sad.
King David knew that Solomon was going to be the next king, so he took Solomon aside and he gave him some advice. He told Solomon to always walk with God and to listen to what God had to say.
Good advice.
One night, while Solomon was sleeping, God talked to him in a dream. He said, "Solomon, tell me what you wish for, and I will give it to you."
Wow!
How exciting! King Solomon could have asked for anything.
What did he ask for?
King Solomon was smart enough to know that he was an inexperienced king and he needed help to be a good leader.
That is smart.
Solomon asked for wisdom. He wanted wisdom to know how to be a good leader.
Really?
God was pleased with Solomon's request.
That's good.
God told Solomon, I will give you an understanding mind, and I will give you what you didn't ask for. I will give you fame and riches.
Cool.
King Solomon became well known for his wisdom. He used his wisdom to oversee the leadership of building a huge temple to honor God. And the people that he was king over knew him and respected him for his wisdom, and they often asked him for advice. Some of the things that Solomon said were written down, and we can find them today in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs. A proverb is a short saying that has a really big meaning. Let's check out a couple of things that King Solomon said.
Listen and learn.
Parents are happy when their children make wise choices. Children who make foolish choices have sad parents.
Make wise choices, children.
Friends love and care for each other all the time.
Be a good friend.
Family members help each other when there is trouble.
Hooray for family.
Like King Solomon, we can pray for God's help and guidance in our own lives.
Remember to pray.
And just like how God heard Solomon's prayers, God will hear our prayers too.
Amen.
Good morning, friends. These are my pictures from Jerusalem and the temple where Jesus would have walked. The wall right ahead of you in this picture is the wall, the western wall that would have supported the temple plaza. Not the temple itself, but the temple plaza. And it's all that's left from that historical period. It's very important for Jewish people. So that wall is called the Western Wall, and that's where people pray. This is another image of it where you can see how big it is. It's at least a football field in length, and as you can see, it's very crowded. This was early in the morning. They separate men and women, and the women's section, of course, is where I was. And you can see there's people from all over praying. People put little prayers on these slips of paper in the rock. If you put the wall at your back and look out to the city, you can see there's people who live right by the wall. But there's also this funny catwalk, and that takes you up to the actual temple plaza where Jesus would have walked and taught in the temple. When you get to the top of that catwalk, this is the sort of thing you see. It's at the very highest point in Jerusalem, so you can see all the city, and it is pretty authentic to when Jesus would have walked. The size and the shape, they've put, instead of a Jewish temple, of course, Muslim mosques. We'll talk about that another day, but they're beautiful and gorgeous. These photos are from the Mount of Olives, and you can see the big mosque where the temple would have been and the walls. Those walls aren't from Jesus's time, but the north end right here, where you see in close-up, that is authentic from Jesus's time and even earlier. And so they've started digging to see what's underneath there, and they found amazing things. You can actually take a tour. I didn't, but you can see what an archaeological dig looks like from this picture there. All the stones and the paths. I did take a quick video of the wall, and somehow it ended up sideways, so enjoy my sideways video.
Hi, virtual VBSers. It's good to see you today. Today we're going to learn about Solomon, who had the superpower of wisdom. When Solomon was pretty young, he became king of all of Israel. And when God said to Solomon, "Ask me anything and I will give it to you," Solomon could have asked for riches or wealth. He could have asked for power, a big army. He could have asked for probably a brand new chariot. They didn't have cars then. But instead he said, there's so many of your people and this job is so important that I want to ask for wisdom. And so God was impressed with Solomon's question, his request, and so he gave him a double dose of wisdom. Now, wisdom is different than knowledge. I can know something and not be very wise. For instance, I can know how to ride a bike. It's knowledge that allows me to go down the street and pedal and keep it upright. It's wisdom that makes me know not to do that on a busy street with lots of cars. I can know a really funny joke, but it's wisdom that tells me that it might hurt somebody's feelings, and so don't tell it. I can know how to post something on Facebook or on Instagram or on Snapchat or some other thing that I use on my phone, but it takes wisdom to know what's appropriate, what might get me in trouble. You see the difference? Knowledge is knowing how to do something. Wisdom is knowing when. Wisdom is knowing how it makes other people feel. Wisdom is the way we use knowledge to love others. So you're going to learn about the superpower of wisdom today with Solomon. And I'd like to start us with an opening prayer. Think about Solomon, who sat on his throne and had to decide all kinds of cases as people brought him different questions all day. He knew the answers, but he had to get them to understand the answers. And so he used his wisdom to teach the people, to love them, and to lead them. So, let us pray. Our gracious and almighty God, we give you thanks for Solomon, whose superpower was wisdom. We give you thanks, Lord, that you give us all kinds of knowledge, but we also pray that, like Solomon, you would give us the wisdom to use our knowledge and our gifts and our skills to love others, to make the world a better place, to do what you ask us to do. And so today in VBS, as we get together to think about Solomon, we ask you, Lord, to give us wisdom. The wisdom to know what you want us to do. And we ask this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I hope you have a fantastic day today learning about wisdom and about this superhero, Solomon, who knew what to do and how to use his knowledge for the betterment of the world and to love everybody around him. Peace. Have a good day.